name is Rick, and welcome to episode 0 of my new series, Life in Swampcavern. As Swampcavern is coming up on its 20th year, I thought I'd read the notes from the first moments it was founded, and talk about the starting 7 dwarves a little. I'll talk about what they've done in the fort, and who they know the best, and are friends with. Here to celebrate the 20th year of Swampcavern's existence are some worm men. What you are about to hear is the notes I took for myself while making Swampcavern. They ended up being 72 pages long before I gave up. Don't worry, I won't read all of them. In the universe of wind, there was a continent named the Continent of Voice. There are dragons, rocks, at least 2 bronze colossus. Nice. There's not so many fire-breathing forgotten beasts. A lot of web-using beasts, though, which is good to know. A lot of funny books for artifacts. Cool. Organizations in history include the Mirthful Skunks and the Tame Horses. Haha. I found a tropical freshwater swamp that is hot and has a river. A brook, really. Oh wait, wilderness. No, we want untamed wilds. Hopefully we're not too close to the goblins. Tropical freshwater swamp, hot, forested, untamed wilds, sand, clay. Any neighbors? All the ones I like. Humans, elves, and goblins. I could not find an untamed wilds that had fluxstone, so I put our border right up against the untamed wilds. Hopefully stuff will visit from that map, maybe. Oh wait, if I move the embark slightly, there are some untamed wild squares on the embark. It varies within 1 square, which is useful for me. We even got sand now, how nice. Our fort will be Swampcavern. Our group is the Letter of Deeps. Our fort symbol is called the Golden Praises. It's a cave crocodile and a sheet. The cave croc is surrounded by the sheet, as in a piece of paper that you would write on. 3 guys, 4 girls on the embark. 1 of each is bisexual. You can't get much more even than that. They decided the guy I picked for the leader was too quarrelsome, and made the appraiser the expedition leader instead. Apparently, to escape the dwarves, the worm men have fled into the trees, but I don't think that's going to save them the way they want it to. Wow, this is quite the crew we got here. I like these guys so far. Welcome, Aquaman, Crow Girl, Dr. Barbie, Fiery, Goldsnake, Oniki, and Rust Mace. I feel the need to comment on all these names. Aquaman likes 3 different water creatures. When the other dwarves found that out, one of them said, "What are ya, Aquaman or something?" And the name just kinda stuck, even though Aquaman himself doesn't like it. And that set the trend that a lot of the dwarves in the fort don't like their nicknames, although the starting 7 largely avoided that curse. Crow Girl likes crowmen. Go figure. Dr. Barbie is a singer, dancer, and our chief medical dwarf. Goldsnake would be an awesome James Bond villain. Fiery likes firemen. Oniki is our new leader. Rust Mace likes maces, but as our weaponsmith and manager will probably not be in the military. The worm man is fighting. If by fighting you mean he's just getting shot with iron bolts. First thing I do, turn off hunting. We only have a few bolts, and we need them for emergencies. There are no creatures nearby. Okay, 10 whole seconds have passed. First monster on the board. Giant jumping spider. Fort built, small amount dug into the ground. Seriously, a hole with some stairs. Well, there's nothing else around, just 1 giant jumping spider that runs right up to our camp. Okay, squads, 1 axe, 1 crossbow, and by that I mean 1 dwarf each, not 1 squad each. Train a hunting dog and a war dog. Fast. Okay, the giant jumping spider ran away. It's not bugging us now. I'm so tempted to go try to kill it, but it seems like such a bad idea. It's thinking about coming back. My warriors are thinking about running after it and chasing it. In the time it took to make 2 wooden shields, it's run way far down the edge of the map. We found coal already, which is great. I kind of thought we would have a very dirt and clay-filled soil around here. Okay, break time. Wow, long break, several weeks. I'm back. I see why I quit. That giant jumping spider is not going away. Troops, assemble. And again, by that I mean 2 people. Oh, you stupid F thing. Go away. It's zigzagging around on a course that just happens to slowly take it ever closer to our guys. I station our 2 warriors between us and the spider. I assign them a war dog and a hunting dog and let them go out of the pasture. It gets too close. I didn't tell them to attack it. When it gets too close, 2 of the warriors, 2 of the other people, and the dogs run after it. It runs away. It's a giant spider. It's faster than all of us. If it would just run away, there would be nothing we could do. But if it fights our unarmored guys, well, this could be the end of a very short-lived fort. Alright, the wormmen are dead. They have been dead for some time now. The Mark's dwarves took them out. Good job, guys. Okay, I'm mad and scared, and it stopped running, and it decided to fight. But now we're down to our 2 military dwarves fighting it. Our axe girl is wearing clothes. We have no armor of any kind at this point, and carrying an axe and a shield. The militia commander attacks, but the spider jumps away. It's a jumping spider. Wow, what a surprise. Okay, here's the thing with that is we couldn't care less. Thank you. So anyways, it charges a dwarf and knocks them over. That's very, very bad. It misses. It misses. It charges again and succeeds. They chop off a leg. It attacks, but they block. Our guys attack, but it jumps away. Again, it's a giant jumping spider. Not surprising. Come on, dogs, where are you? They chop it in the foot and slice it off. They hack it in the body, but the attack glances away. It's bleeding. It's missing us a lot, which really helps. Our guys are miraculously unharmed after having been charged and knocked down twice. The spider's tired and seriously hurt. The stupid dogs still haven't done a thing. What is going on with that? They're just standing like 10 squares away. They must be able to see this. Oh, the dwarves killed it. One of these 2 got charged twice and knocked down by a giant jumping spider and took no damage. Maybe it's not that giant as monsters go. Yeah, it's at least as big as the dwarves are, maybe slightly bigger. Maybe a bit bigger. Holy crap, I can't believe it. That was an amazing display of dwarven fighting skills. These guys are dwarven heroes. I'm going to instruct my people to write songs and make statues of their mighty deeds. They saved the fort. I'm so impressed. No thanks to the war or hunting dogs. What's up with that? We can be a little philosophical now. What do we want to do with this fort? In the year 125, Aquaman and the Starting Seven founded Swampcavern. It was barely getting dug in when they were menaced by first a giant jumping spider, then a few months later a giant mantis. Those mantises are killers, whether they are swooping down and killing someone directly or scaring them up into trees. Aquaman, Duke of Swampcavern, calls himself a farmer now, although no one has farmed anything in years. Of the Starting Seven, he's still really good friends with first Dr. Barbie, almost as much so with Rustmace, Oniki, and Fiery. His best friends in the world are first Odam, Canyon Balanced, and then tied for next is Sarvesh and Obsidian. He was a cook who turned out many masterful meals. He saw every goblin siege from 130 to the present. Here we've caught Aquaman in a rare moment of socializing. He's standing by some musical instruments, talking to a few of the people around him. So I see, as always, Aquaman is looking stylish with his resplendent purple uniform and tasteful jewelry. Aquaman is in fact wearing tons and tons of jewelry and not so terribly much anything else, but that's entirely on him, as we have literally hundreds of everything in this fort. He's got some basic stuff covered, but it's kind of a mishmash, and much of it's worn out. But again, entirely on him. Made Baron in 128 for being a founding member who didn't like anything. Because he had no preferences, he's never asked us to make anything. The perfect noble. This makes him well liked in the fort. In the year 129, he made Count, then skipped all the way to Duke in the mid-autumn of that season. In the year 138, Aquaman became a scholar and has never written anything, so far as I can tell. But he has participated in many discussions in the library, so at least he's trying. Who are Odam and Obsidian, his best friends? Odam has created a lot of masterful furniture and statues. Obsidian was a miner in Swampcavern who became a planter. We also haven't planted anything in years. Aquaman has thrown a lot of levers for live fire training exercises and goblin invasions. He is friends moderately with a bunch of humans, but there are some people in the fort he's basically never met, and they're all humans. No offense, humans. This is Dr. Barbie. We caught her sleeping in her room, and her distinctive uniform makes it easy to tell that she's appeared in several of my videos. I guess you can't see sleeping dwarves in Armok Vision, which is a shame, but Dr. Barbie probably prefers it that way. I see she's as messy as every other dwarf in this fortress. I wonder where they all get that from. Like every other dwarf in Swampcavern, she's a total clothes horse. Just look at all the stuff she's wearing. Gabbro crown, siltstone crown, another siltstone crown. So 3 crowns, mind you. Carrying the iron pick with her. Gabbro earring, gold amulet, Gabbro bracelet, masterfully made. Siltstone earring, improved with gems. Siltstone crown, oh, a 4th crown. Siltstone amulet, Gabbro amulet. Diorite bracelet, jet bracelet, Gabbro bracelet. Gabbro bracelet, diorite earring, marble earring, Gabbro crown, yet another one. Siltstone ring, Gabbro crown, Gabbro amulet, and finally you get down to some clothes. We have made a lot of spider silk clothes in this fort for some reason. Dr. Barbie is a female dwarf, of course. She was inspired by the character from the show Scrubs, because I'm a fan of the show Scrubs and the character Dr. Barbie. In the year 125, she became chief medical dwarf of the fort and stayed that way. Dr. Barbie once narrowly escaped being killed by a goblin during a siege and was saved by giant animals. More or less. The goblins attacked the animals, giving her just enough time to escape. Really, just barely. She's also a cook. Her best friends in the world are Diamond, Megazell, Alpha, and Citron. The starting 7 dwarves don't make her top 10 list except for Aquaman at number 9, but they are way up there after that. She likes Crow Girl the least of the starting 7 by quite a bit. She's friendly with even every last human in the fort, but has basically never met the dwarf Solon Ectopic, who is a female, who was born 6 years into the history of the fort and grew up here. Do you mind? I'm trying to do a thing. I was talking about my guys. The forgotten beast Ephibo has come, a great hairy damselfly. Ew. It has a round shell and it has a gaunt appearance. Its white hair is long and straight. Beware its poisonous gas. Well, I can tell from the mushrooms already it must be in the horrible mushroom layer, right? It is, but it starts on the corner relatively close to our base entrance. I think our guys can still get there first. I've ordered the troops to move to position. Please, please tell me this guy is walking back towards the fort with a cage of something. Oh, I kind of didn't want to do this, but red alert. Oh, great. It's a damselfly, so it's flying around the giant mushrooms in the cave. Fantastic. This is a giant damselfly with long white hair. The giant damselfly smells the giant cave spider chained up at the start of the fort and appears to be moving downwards. Okay, trying to follow it in Armok Vision just isn't working, but over here you have a crossbow user on their way to, pick up a bolt, take a nap, do anything other than fight a forgotten beast. And over here you have a forgotten beast who has deadly poisonous gas and might be about to kill a bunch of our favorite beloved troops. But that's always the chance you take. And since I'm having trouble following it in Armok Vision, let's just follow it in Fortress mode. Here we go. Flying across the giant mushroom. It's a damselfly with long white hair, so it's all spooky looking. And here it is at the front entrance of the fort. The troops can't possibly get there in time. Maybe, just maybe, we shouldn't let a damselfly with poisonous gas into our fort. So I've ordered a bridge to be closed. But I don't know if we can close that in time before it smashes its way in after killing our giant cave spider, because that's what's about to happen. Forgotten beast, Ephibo. Yes, but what about... Okay, it's completely unwounded. Just what I was afraid of. I'm sorry, giant cave spider, but given your relative sizes, I'm guessing that the upcoming battle is not going to go well for you. Here comes this flying, horrific damselfly creature. There's absolutely no way my guys are going to get here in time to save the giant cave spider. Let's see if we can even slam the bridge shut, or if this thing's going to bash its way in and fight my guys one at a time, or some really unpleasant possible consequences. Will Rick ever get to finish his lecture about the starting 7 dwarves? Will the Forgotten Beast kill some of Swampcavern's beloved military with its poisonous gas? Find out next time on CSI Miami. Don't forget, every time you hit that like button, someone somewhere gets an adamantine battle axe. Or possibly a steel battle axe with a very cool history.